Hello, my name is Max and with you today is Hobie.
Hello.
And we're reviewing Game of Thrones Mhysa. It's the last in the series. What did you think of it?
I believe.
I believe.
Sorry. It was a good episode. It sort of tied up the series.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously it tried to finish everyone's stories, so every single character's in it. So we'll try and go through every character, every story. But we'll start right at the beginning. Roose Bolton looks over at the destruction of the Stark army.
Yeah.
Arya with the Hound is being ridden off, and then they reveal
Rob,
King of the North, the young wolf with his head cut off, and Grey Wind's head sewed on. And I was hoping that they would keep it in, and I know you said, because this is one of the only things that I've sort of spoiled for you.
Yeah, I knew that was coming, and I was dreading it.
Yeah, but I'm glad they left it in.
No, I agree. I thought it was going to be a bigger thing, but they sort of just showed it in passing, as if you were Arya. You just look.
I thought it was going to be like a big reveal, like look what they've done to the King of the North. Yeah, I do agree with you on that. But I liked the way it looked, because I was thinking when I was reading the books, I thought, how did that look? How does it look? And I thought they designed it quite. Yeah, it's not how I imagined either. But I thought it looked pretty good. It looked quite gruesome. And Grey Wind's head's massive.
Yeah. Well, it is. It's a direwolf at the end of the day. Half grown.
Yeah. That was an interesting scene with Roose Bolton and Walder Frey. I thought it was very childish of both of them. Sort of like
he was howling and
but I did like it. I did like the scene, and as you said, somehow Blackfish escaped. I think because in the books,
the piss, right?
We'll move on to Arya and her relationship with the Hound. And I thought, what do you think of the scene where she attacked that man?
I loved it. Death. Everything I've ever said about Arya's getting a bit too cocky. I take it back.
Take it back.
I've reconnected with Arya.
Yeah. After the wedding.
Yeah, after the wedding.
I do think that Arya and the Hound are a good couple, and they do work well together. And I'm hoping that we get to see more on that in the 4th season.
Yep.
After that, we're with Sansa and Tyrion. Because I said last week that I was wondering what her reaction is going to be. We didn't really get to see her reaction. We just saw her sort of crying, sadly. And I think that was better than having maybe Tyrion break it to her or something. I think the way they did it was better. After that, we had the small council meeting, and I remember I read this scene on a train, and this was the day after I read the Red Wedding. Joffrey stands up to Tywin and says, "I'm the king," and that I made a noise on the train. And I'm hoping everyone else did as well.
Well, all right. Well, I think throughout all of our podcasts, I've been saying I can't wait for Joffrey to do something. I want to see him. I want to see him realise that he's a puppet. I want to see him foolishly act against his grandfather. I want to see him get the King's Guard in there or something. And all he does is sort of go, "I'm the king." Yeah. And he's like, whoever has to say that, you're not. Yeah. And I was just like, it is how. When you said he stood up, I don't think he stood up. I think he just whined like a little kid. I'm expecting blood. I'm expecting him to do something ridiculously stupid.
Well, no, he did step. He said stuff like, "I'm the king." That's literally it. Yeah. Well, I did think in the book it was cringeworthy. And didn't you cringe at this bit?
No, I did, but I was sort of smiling whilst cringing because I was like, I was expecting the next step. Did you
notice Tyrion doing that smile as well? I thought, what's going to happen here? How's Tywin going to deal with this?
The king is tired. I'm not tired.
Yeah, I thought that was probably one of the best scenes of the episode. We'll talk about Bran now. He's got to the wall basically, and he sleeps overnight in a sort of abandoned castle, or whatever thing is, and he meets Sam.
In an almost comical way, but
it was a good scene, wasn't it?
Yeah, I very much enjoyed this scene because I didn't know what was happening. I thought, oh god, is it a White Walker?
Yeah.
How are they gonna? They don't have Sam's swords.
Not another Stark.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, oh, and then you see sort of Sam fumble about.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's only Sam, thank God. And then
Sam.
Yeah. and then when he was like, he figured out that he was Bran.
Yeah.
Which I liked
John's
as well.
brother, yeah.
Because he was like, oh, I'm a man in Night's Watch. Do you know my brother? Who's your brother? Doesn't matter. Because they're all protective, obviously, thinking he might be a deserter. And then he's like, oh, John saved my life. I know Hodor. And Hodor. I liked Hodor in that scene as well.
Hodor. Yeah. Is there anyone out there that doesn't like Hodor? Because there's people. Well, yeah, exactly. There's people that say, "Oh, I don't like Arya. I don't like Jon. I don't like Daenerys." There's no one out there in the world that doesn't like Hodor. And if you don't, then what's wrong with you? I think Sam's storyline is probably one of my favourites of this season. I think obviously Sam's just gotten at the end where Jon turns up. Sam's sort of ordering people around, saying, be careful with him, take him to wherever. He's sort of grown after he's killed that White Walker. We'll move on to Jon's story. You see him washing his face, and out of nowhere, Ygritte turns up. That wasn't in the books. That sort of scene. They don't really have a sort of farewell. Yeah.
Again, I thought it was a good scene. It tied it up. It was a goodbye scene at the end of the day. It was I know you won't hurt me. You know nothing, Jon Snow. I had to throw that line in.
Yeah.
I
know something.
Yeah. I thought it was good. I was surprised that she actually fired on him
3
more
times,
than once. Yeah.
Talking of reunions, we'll talk about Jaime. He's made his way to King's Landing. Yeah, I thought that was a really sort of touching scene with him and Cersei.
Yeah. So don't get too. Isn't it nice that the lovers are back together?
I always forget that they're twins, brother and sisters. But because he genuinely loves her as a sort of sister and
lover.
Yeah.
I felt sorry for Brienne.
Yeah. What's she gonna do now?
Throughout the episode, and I thought this was really good because I'm still sore over the Starks. I will not get over the Red Wedding. I can tell you that right now. But in every sort of scene that was a sort of about the Starks, which weren't really, like when Sansa and Tyrion were there, when Frey and Bolton were talking.
Yeah.
It was sort of just the Starks talk about us, and it was if the Starks had just got washed away, even with the washing of the blood and the salt and everything. And it was good that they did that because you don't have time to grieve in Game of Thrones. You don't have time because, like Tyrion said, you kill one enemy, you get 2 more. Yeah. That is exactly what's happened, sort of thing. You can't afford to dwell on the past, or you're dead as well. And I know it sounds dumb, but so I thought it was good that even though the Starks, because like you said, this is fallout from a massive event, and it's as if nothing's happened.
As Tyrion said, though, the North will remember.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting because now Roose Bolton has taken over as Warden of the North, and it'll be interesting to see how the North accepts Roose Bolton, betrayer of the Starks, as leader of the North. I suppose they haven't got much say in it, as you said. You have to move the times, get on with it.
Remember, but wait.
We'll talk about that as well. Roose Bolton has become Warden of the North, and it's finally revealed that Theon's torturer is Ramsay Snow, Roose Bolton's bastard. What do you think of that sort of scene where he's eating the sausage?
Eating the sausage, yeah. I was like, right, well, you definitely know what's happened then.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, because it was a bit ambiguous, wasn't it? He's like, has he still got a cut? Oh, he hasn't.
Yeah. I'm not a savage. It's just a sausage, pork sausage.
I think I've said this before. I'm not a fan of Ewan Rian as Ramsay Snow. He's okay, but I think they've missed a chance of potentially getting someone better. But I did like the bit where you finally see the Greyjoys for the first time this season. Theon's sister opens the box to reveal
You'll get more bits
penis.
of Theon. If you don't, I will flay every man. Yours truly.
Yeah. Because you finally get to see what the Boltons are like sending bits of their son and brother.
Theon's dad, Lord
Balon,
Balon, yeah. He pretty much discards him. He's not my son because he's not a man.
Yeah.
And I was like, you dick. He only did this. He betrayed the Starks for you. And you're just throwing him away. And that's why I'm liking the sister. Because even though she wasn't that nice or whatever, and even though she was willing to wage war with the Starks and blah, 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 at least she still knows it's your brother. I'm taking an army. Well, not even an army. She takes a ship.
Yeah, I
But
really
she takes
like
the 50
that
best.
scene. Yeah, I really did like that scene. I know, as you said, I quite like the sister. I quite liked her from when she said, when she pulled Theon aside and said, please don't stay here. Come with me. You should have taken that advice.
Yeah, but there's a lot of sound advice that gets ignored in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I am surprised that they haven't sort of mentioned the Greyjoys at all. Like, this is the first bit in the last episode. But that'll be interesting for season 4. Like, how is she gonna
break them free?
Yeah. We'll talk about Stannis and Davos and Gendry and Melisandre.
Yep. You start with Davos reading some, I guess, letters.
Yeah.
To
Notes,
Stannis
parchments.
as King's Hand.
Yeah.
He's there with Stannis' daughter, which is still, it's a nice little world because she's taught him to read, blah, blah, blah. Through Sam's earlier scene, you see a
Little
scroll
letter,
from the Night's Watch, and he picks that up, and his face just turns grimace.
He reads it, yeah. I think...
And I was there going, what's it say? What's it say?
Yeah. And the scene at the end where Davos said, read this.
Yeah.
You
will need me.
And then Stannis says, he realises, I need him. And then even Melisandre says,
made up. And then Melisandre goes, no, keep him.
This fight for the kingdoms isn't important. This is what's important. And that's where we're...
Can I just say, because I'm a big fan of the Night's Watch. When Mormont got stabbed, I was like, is he or isn't he dead? We now know he is, because it said so in the letter.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is what it's all building up to. And now other people are starting to realise it. And I'm liking that. Stannis is going north.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yes, get everyone. Get the 7 kingdoms to the north. Let's see what's up. It will be interesting because he sent out every single bird, Maester.
Yeah.
Lewin?
No, Maester Aemon.
Yeah, Maester Aemon sent out... Maester Aemon and Sam have sent out every single crow.
Yeah.
Because, this is it. Old Bear Mormont's gone.
Yeah.
Pretty much there is no more Night's Watch, really, because they emptied Castle Black.
Well, they need to elect a new commander now.
Yeah, so...
It'll be interesting to see who they pick. But, as you said, who's going to respond? Tywin and, King's Landing aren't going to
There is no more North.
Yeah, the Winterfell's, as Roose Bolton says,
It's in
broken. Yeah. The Greyjoys, are they going to send anyone? No,
the Greyjoys aren't. So it's basically up to Stennis.
Yeah.
It's
and that's
up to
what I like
Stennis
about
and
Stannis.
the Red Priest. At least he knows that, and that's in a way because I like the Baratheons. I was a fan of Robert and Renly and stuff.
Yeah.
Stannis was my least, but at least he's doing what needs to be done, as it were.
Yeah, well, that's all he does.
Yeah.
He does stuff that is right, and he does stuff. Well, I'm not. He does
Killing
stuff
Gendry.
that is He does stuff
that's
is
needed.
Needed for the realm. So we all agree that Stannis is doing the right thing, and now you're
he's
starting
going
to like
off.
Stannis,
Yeah.
even though he wanted to burn Gendry.
Yeah, but I didn't really care for Gendry after he left Arya.
True.
And I know, and
Harsh.
I wouldn't leave the start. Yeah, Davos, he's with Davos, and Davos
You
is
love
brilliant.
Davos, yeah.
Davos
Everyone loves
is
Davos.
brilliant. I don't know, maybe there's a running thing that I seem to be liking the second in commands, like Jorah, Davos,
Who else?
Sam. So it's good that Stannis is doing something. It's good that someone's finally
Realising, you know,
we've got a problem here.
wait a minute, there's an army of the dead coming.
Yeah. But I want to be king.
Yeah.
I'm king.
Yeah, King of the North. We'll talk about the final character, the Khaleesi. She's freed Yunkai, and now the final scene is her receiving her new freed slaves.
Or children, I guess.
Or children. Because at the, they cry Mhysa, Mhysa, and that's mothering, or whatever the hell she said. What do you think of that scene?
To tell you the truth, I wasn't a big fan of that scene because it you know how...
Even though Jorah Mormont said
No,
it?
I know, but let me explain. First of all, I would have preferred the time given to the Khaleesi in that episode to have gone to all the other stories. Like you said, you know, a lot of it was rushed. It would have been nice to have a bit more.
Yeah. Well, you can't really put that much into 60 minutes.
I understand that. But, and this is my problem, it felt very, you know, Top Gun, the film. It felt very like, oh, you know, they lifted her up and everything. And it was receiving her at the end of it. But I would have been happy if Khaleesi's storyline, as it were, ended with "the city's yours" from last episode. I think that would have been fine. Well, I don't think that scene was needed.
Well, I think it's an important scene because it shows that
but again,
her
it was just
strength is growing.
Yeah, but it was just remember me. That's how I felt. It was
and
like
she's the
I'm
mother
still
of
here.
dragons now, and she's the free of slaves. But what I thought was, in comparison to the other 2 seasons' ending scene, first one, the dragons, the second one, the army of White Walkers, the third one,
Khaleesi getting a crowd surf.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as the other 2 season ending finale scenes, but I thought it was pretty important, and it just shows that her strength is growing, and she's, if you have to follow someone, follow her, because she's good, you know, she's noble, she's worthy.
She's the freer of slaves
She's
at the end
hot.
of the day. You can't. She probably is the most deserving to win the Iron Throne.
Yeah. So all in all, I thought I'm struggling because I thought it was a bit of a disappointment the last episode. Maybe, mainly because the Red Wedding was previously, and you can't live up to that. You can't live up to it.
The Red Wedding.
But it did feel a bit too much was spread over. Like I know it was 60 minutes, which is really long, but it felt too much was spread over 60 minutes. Like the Jaime bit where he saw Cersei, that was literally
a second or two.
And I would like to have seen just maybe like a minute more for each scene, which would probably add another 20 minutes, but, you know, I'm greedy.
Yeah, no, I agree. Overall, I mean, it was a good episode. Nothing wrong with it. You can't compare it to the episode before because that's just unfair. And like you say, there is still things, like there were good scenes with Sam and Bran and such. You know, and like you said, I could have done with more. I'm still hungry.
Yeah. We've
got another year to wait. But
oh, don't get me started on that.
You'll have to read the books. Hopefully a book will come out before the series.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, that was our review of the last episode, Mhysa. It'd be great if you could listen to old Game of Thrones podcasts for some reason. Subscribe to our channel for more sort of nerdy discussions. We're going to do a sort of roundup of the 3rd season, so just go to our website, squarevision.co.uk, and check that out. I'd just like to say thank you for everyone who listened to our Reigns of Castamere review. It's by far our highest grossing video. And it's thanks to everyone who got in contact as well.
Yeah.
We all feel your pain. But from me and Hobie, thanks for listening.
Thank you.